Welcome back to another episode of Homegrown Gold. It's taken a while for the boys to recover from their big New Year send-off, but we're back this month with some more information on how to look after your crops and the animals that go on them. Let's get into it. These girls look good, Tozzie. What's happening in here? What are you drafting for today?
Just got the kids helping me out this morning to draft off the ewes and taking off fat, and I just brought in some mismusted woolies and lambs and stuff like that, so just some odds and sods. So just drafted off our top end yesterday.
Yeah.
The tops obviously look really good. There is a bit of a tail form, so we've taken about 150 of those out and set stocked them on some better feed, but yeah, just try and look after the mediums now, so but look the others.
So it's been really dry here, and today we've got probably the wettest day this year.
You've brought the rain, it's brilliant. So 40 mils of warm, steady rain yesterday. It's just been so good because we have had a very dry period, but a normal period. So really nice to get away for a couple of weeks at the beach and enjoy the sun. But yeah, it's come at a bit of a cost for the farm. So we've made a few selling decisions, just sold some store lambs and that type of thing. So yeah, just a pretty normal season, but a great rain.
Yeah. So today, Tozzie, we're going to have a look at your crops and get a yield estimate for that.
Yep.
They're looking amazing, given the circumstances.
Yeah.
We'll go and see your new pastures and check on those and have a talk about the management of those over summer.
Yep.
And talk about a bit of set stocking with lambs and hopefully get up to have a look at the area that we're talking about putting some new grasses into.
The winning competition paddock.
Yeah, the competition paddock.
Yep. No, definitely.
Okay.
Yep, sounds good.
Awesome. Right, so we've got our 1/2 metre sample here. Comes in at 2.23 kilos. So what I do from there, we go on the Barenbrug website and look at their feed calculator. You can go and plug your details into there.
Yeah.
So it's simple, we know this is 1/2 metre. If I times that by 20,000, it brings us up to hectares. But we'll just assume today that we've got 15% dry matter in here.
Yeah.
So 6,690 kilos of dry matter in that.
So about 6.7 tonne, so that's great.
Yep.
Awesome, happy with that.
Looks
So
very
if
good.
we've got about 3 hectares, so that's like 18, 19, 20 tonnes of dry matter.
So if we've got 18 tonne of dry matter here,
Yep.
across 3 hectares,
Yep. How much will they utilise?
they'll utilise about 70%. They'll leave a bit of stalk there
70%.
behind. So
we have 12 to 13 tonne,
yeah,
and at 50 to the hectare, hopefully, 50, 60.
yeah.
That should get us through a month and a bit. Aim of the game. I also want to put some loose end baleage in here.
Nice.
Thoughts on that? Like just as a bit of fibre, also make the crop last a little bit longer.
Yep.
Thoughts?
Yeah, this is a good idea.
Yeah, I've done it in the past and they just did so well on it, eh? So yeah.
It's nice high ME baleage.
Yep.
About providing the fibre in there that
Yeah,
will
okay.
help them utilise the crop.
Yep, cool. Because what we'll do is now that we're sharing the ewe lambs at the moment, we'll give them a sort of 10 days of pasture left to before we introduce them onto the crop. We'll weigh them into their lines and the tops will go back out in the pasture, and then all our lighter end and our medium ones will go on the crop. Is the aim to get them all up to topping weight.
Perfect.
A few tips on summer management of these grasses. I reckon I'm pretty gentle on them because I want to try and get the longevity. Any other tips I need to be thinking about? Like this to me is ideal grazing length at the moment. Not going too deep with the sheep, trying to use the cattle to just keep it at bay so we don't get too low.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, so this looks really good. This is really nice, even residual here. So the key is to keep it even, not go too hard, especially on a nice tetraploid like this one. So you've got forage growing in here, which is a tetraploid, and they need gentle management so as not to overgraze, which is detrimental to their longevity. So yeah, it looks like you've done a really good job in here, keeping it from getting too short.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing as a farmer, is to stay off it.
Oh,
Especially in a season like this. I mean,
when it's
prior to
green.
this rain, yeah, I know
Yeah.
it was looking a bit grim, but I suppose that's the key message, isn't it? Is to, if you want to get the longevity out of these pastures, we've got to try and
absolutely.
use the right stock classes,
Yep.
so they don't get too low. But and then I know that if I can keep them at a good length, I won't. They'll boom away in the autumn.
Absolutely.
And
the danger is to graze them too soon,
Yeah.
also after that flush in the autumn. So when you're coming out of a dry, it's important to let the plant gather back its reserves.
Yep.
And get to the 2.5 to 3 leaf stage before you come back in and graze it, so it's able to replenish its stores and be strong, ready
Yep.
for the next season.
so, would you look at a urea application in the autumn,
Yeah, you can, to give it a bit of a boost there. Yep.
just to fire it up to, I guess, get it going? But I suppose the other thing is that after a long dry period, you've got a lot of that nitrogen
Absolutely,
in the soil.
yes, so you've got to be careful there.
Right, competition paddock, Laura. Bit of an update on the paddock. Looking okay, I guess. We obviously decided not to double fallow. What do we need to be thinking about? We've just got, at the moment, a reasonably good base at the moment of clover. So we've just shorn our replacement ewe lambs today, just finished that off today. So they're going to take out the cream. What do I need to be doing grazing management wise?
So we need to be thinking about when we're going to be spraying out.
Yep.
Ideally, if we work backwards, so we want to be sowing when it rains, when we've got increasing levels of rain and moisture in the soil. So we need to think about how the timing of our spray. So we want to be spraying when there's green leaf, right?
Yep.
So to get the best kill, you need to have a decent amount of leaf on, right? So if you can graze it out now and then let it freshen,
Yeah.
spray it out, and then we're good to go.
Could I fallow this now? Could I spray it now?
Well, the whole purpose of the fallow is to conserve moisture.
Yeah.
So I feel like if we sprayed now, there's bits in here that aren't green that will come away.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're not going to need to worry about that. I feel like if we time this to spray out and be sowing in March to meet that moisture
Yep.
when it comes. And so we've got to have a decent amount of moisture so that when the hooves run across here to press the seed in,
Yes.
it's got that good
compaction.
contact. It's not just sitting on the top.
Okay. So Laura, this is a bit of a problem for us here with these kellies. We want to make sure that when we get this new high quality forage and clover brew, we've got none of these guys coming back. What do we got to do? Like, how do we prevent it?
So now is a good time to address the kelly thistles.
Yeah.
This one here, like, they're generally at a good stage. The bud stage is a good stage to hit them when they've got all of their nutrients out of the ground. If you weed wipe them, that's awesome, and they take that chemical down to their root system.
Yep.
And that hammers them. So they come up from a root system under the ground, and so if we can destroy that root system before we get our new pasture in here.
Yes. So hit them now with a weed wipe.
Yep.
And then you would desiccate again. So it's almost 2 hits would be trying to.
Yep.
Yep.
You there, Dave?
Oh, yeah, g'day Bruce.
How you going?
Yeah, good to see you.
Good. No doubt you're a busy man. We're going to crack on with some stuff today. We want to look at the chicory, talk about the chicory, look at the kale, talk about the kale, the clover crop. I reckon we must be grazing time by now, so let's look at that. Get some stuff sorted for you, a bit of technical stuff, and then you can crack on with your day's work. You got Eve down here in the garden, mate?
I think Adam buggered off the other day, so
Did he?
yeah.
Bloody excellent, right.
Right.
Go and have a look.
Well, have I buggered it, Bruce? Because I was up the top farm shearing lambs, and I had a lot of lambs on here, and I think I wrecked it.
I think you've done a bloody good job, Dave. Real good.
Really?
The beauty about 501 chicory is it's a low-growing crown, stores everything below the ground. So by chewing it right out, you're not taking away its reserves like you do with the ryegrass. Okay, You've done a good, look at the regrowth. How long you been out of here?
It's been out of here for 3 days.
Yeah,
and when I chased him out, I honestly thought, oh, bugger.
No, it took you 3 days of shitting bricks, and then you realise it's all right.
Well, I knew you were coming, and I didn't want to get a growling, so there you go.
Mint grazing. There's no wastage on the ground. Just fantastic. Well done. Keep the good work up.
What about the old grass grows grass philosophy? You know, you've got to have
that's that battery.
Yeah.
That's that battery that they talk about with ryegrass. You've got to have those reserves to make that happen. It's not totally essentially grass grows grass. Totally different with chicory. It's in the taproot.
Yes.
That's the bank. You're drawing out of that taproot. So take all the leaf off. The more leaf you take off, the better with this 501.
Yes.
It'll respond. It'll come back. As you can see, you know, I pity you. 3 days of worrying. All you need to do was give me a yell and say, have I done something wrong?
So they've been out of here for about 8 days, and again I thought I'd buggered it. 2 questions, Bruce. What is the growth curve on this stuff? Like, does it get from there and then get half again every couple of days?
It's weather dependent to a certain degree. You get a lot of sunlight, you get a reasonable amount of moisture. What I'm seeing, Dave, in your chicory crop is telling me it's well developed, and this relates back to aerating, what you've done with the aerating. It's just streams, and if you've got conditions right, it just keeps doubling, and all of a sudden, you know, you've got to be back here in a handful of days rather than a month.
So could I graze this now?
Okay.
Look, if I buggered my timing up slightly,
Yep.
could I graze this now?
Remember we talked about chicory at the beginning. How do I know when to graze it, Bruce, was your question, and you're
Yes.
asking the same question again. The optimum is 7 true leaves on the plant after grazing. So we looked at that stuff. You've been off for 3 days, that's just popping out its first leaf. You've been off here for 8 days. You can grab a plant there that's handy to you.
Well, I don't really like pulling it out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right, go back and check. There's a couple that have been chewed. They came from the last grazing. With the 501 chicory, 5 leaf, you can come in and graze. You know, if you were under the pump
Yes.
and say, gee, I need to keep this rotation going, I'd like to get 2 or 3 days grazing on a chicory, you could come here and graze it and cope with it. But ideally get it up to that 7. At the rate it's growing at the moment, that'll be another week.
Yes.
And that 7th one will be popping out. So you're not far away, eh? She's fair stonking in here, looking really good.
Right.
So
Well,
count the leaves. Remember to take out those chewed leaves.
Yeah.
Really important, eh?
well, remember we came down here, Bruce, and it was a disaster. And then you said, come in, stitch it in, run sideways. Well, that's what we did, and look at it now.
Yeah.
It's about as good as it could be.
Well done. And
Yeah.
it's always with an awkward spring like it was, and a lot of insect damage. The cutworm. You remember the size of the cutworm down
Yes,
here? Like they were
yes.
alligators out of the river, eh?
Yeah.
Shit, you've done a good job.
If you'd said to me in 2 months' time it's going to look like this, I
You would
wouldn't
laugh.
have believed it, because by then I
Yeah.
was just about ready to write it off, and I thought, what a joke.
Yeah.
But look at it now. So
Filled the gaps, got a good
so
crop.
that was good advice. Thank you.
Yeah. You know, and you said at the time, you know, it's going to take a bit of time to dodge around all those gaps and that. Well, look at the value in
It
it.
didn't take long.
Yeah, yeah.
It's quicker than I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good job.
And yeah, I'm actually quietly amazed. But there you go. Lucky us. Are we in with a shot on this Clover Challenge or not? What do you reckon?
Hate to say this, but Tozzie, not going to be happy. Dave, this is stunning. What we're seeing reflected here is your consolidation and your headlands really, really strong. And here, further out into the paddock, it's coming.
Yeah, even those weak spots that were just nothing,
yeah.
it's come away. So
Yep.
I just reckon we need to judge out here. Who is the judge anyway?
Oh, I'm not telling you yet. We're going to keep that a secret.
Yes.
The
How many kilos of dry matter we got here, Bruce?
all right,
Just
so
give
you've
us
got
an
a huge
idea.
variation in the crops I've looked at over the last 10 days. You're well in the realms of 3,500 kilograms of dry matter per hectare here. We'll go a bit further out there, but I would say we're sitting a bit under 1,800, but we'll have a look at it anyway.
Yep.
We'll do a bit of a measure. It's going to be so poke and take measuring with the plate meter because there's such a variation.
Yes,
It's going to lift up with the annual clover and it's going to drop down out in the middle where the perennial's a bit more dominant. But let's go and have a look up the top, eh?
obviously I'm not going to bring the judge up here, Bruce. A little bit of weed pressure that has come away again, but even where it's weak, you know, look, there's plants there.
Yeah, look.
Another one coming up there. So
Really young.
look,
Yeah.
I mean, we've got out of jail free card with all that rain that we've just had, and what we're looking at down over there has just gone whoosh. Unbelievable.
Yeah. I'd sooner you come in and graze this earlier rather than later. The simple thing about the pasture pull test, do the same with this stuff. Find a little plant, like that guy there, give it a pull. All right?
He's all right.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. They will, you know, you set stocking your lambs in here. You're not going to strip graze and belt the shit out of it. You set stocking, they'll go to where the feed is. They'll come out here and nibble a little bit. They won't pressure it. I'd sooner you got in earlier.
Right.
Yep.
We'll whip some up then. Some up here this afternoon.
It's time for the bull seed. Heaps going on. As you can see, old mate out the back here, he's busy too, got the girls with him. Not too interested in worrying about coming to munch with me, but keep firing those questions in. And I know there's questions here you might think I can't answer. We've got people in Barrenburg that can fill those questions in for you and load them up. Start thinking about things now, you know, we're into January. Start thinking about what you're going to do March, April, make some plans. Never too early. Could be too late.
Thanks for watching this episode of Homegrown Gold. There sure was a lot of information, but if you have any thoughts or questions, be sure to put your question down below. Otherwise, see you next time.